Okay everyone, this video is for Phil. Phil wanted to know how to use a valve spring compressor to take out and install the valves in a Kohler K series engine. Now I know there's a lot of videos on that, but I'm going to do another one. So let me just get over there, put this on, hold on, get my tripod set up. Let me zoom in. Oop, where are we going here? We'll zoom in. All right, there's the valve chamber. Basically, what I do, I take my tool, and this one's set up for those size springs. All right. This is actually a 14 horsepower, but similar to what you're doing, except a little bigger. All right. And if you notice, it's not as deep as your forks are on yours. All right, these are already installed, so I'm going to take them off and I'll put them back on for you. All right, so you go all the way down with this thing until you're underneath the retainer. Now in this case, this is a regular retainer here. This is called a rotator. It's actually got balls like a thrust bearing in it, okay? So I'll take that one out and I'll show you. So now I've positioned it. So now it's underneath the retainer and it's on top of the valve. I'm going to pull up on it. All right, here it comes. Pull it up. And if I'm lucky, the retainers, the locks, keepers if you will stay. Let me see if they stayed. Let's see. Yep, they're there. And what I normally do is I'll pick them out with a screwdriver, because those have been there for quite a while. So let me get in there and I will show you a little more light. All right. Let's see if I can see it on the camera. There you go. I've lifted it up and I've exposed the lock. If you look in there, where are we? Okay, there's the two locks. See how they're exposed? And what I do is take a screwdriver. Oh, where are you? There you go. There's one. And the other one I'll push off. Oh. And sometimes that happens. But as you can see, where am I? Both of the locks are off, okay? So now I can take the locks out. My screwdriver's magnetic. So, where are we? Where am I? Where's my lock? Come on, guys. There it is. There's one of them. The other one is back here. I'll take that one out. Ooh, where are we? There we go. There's the other one. I will put them on the bench. Okay. Now, what we have is what you have. You have a valve with the valve spring. You got the upper retainer. You got the lower retainer. In this case, a rotator retainer because it rotates. And you say to yourself, how do you get those locks in there? Well, I'm going to show you. All right, we'll put the camera back here. Let me zoom in. Yep. Okay, I'll show you the way I do it. All right, first, excuse my head. I got to jack up the spring again. All right, so I can get to them. So, excuse me if the video is kind of choppy, but all right. So I get it underneath the retainer, on top of the valve. I jack it up all the way until the valve spring is fully compressed. And that should give you enough room to access the valve stem to get the locks on. Okay, so let me crank this up all the way until there's no more cranking. All right, that's all she wrote. Now if you notice, by having it cranked up like that, All right, it exposes the valve and the groove. That groove is where your locks go. That's where, where are we? That's where these two locks go. Inside these locks, you'll see there's another groove in there, and there's factory grease in there from when these were put in. Okay, those locks with the fat side down go into here against that valve stem. Once they go in and they're stuck there, I use grease. Once they're stuck, I lower the valve compressor, and then they lock onto that retainer. So that's what I'm going to do for you. All right. So, where are we here? Okay. Let me get a good shot. It's tough using the phone, but I'm trying, Phil. I'm trying to get you what you need. All right. So, let me get some grease. I got some old Pennzoil white grease. All right. A little dab will do you. All right. Take a dab. I put it on the inside of the guide. Okay. The first guide I put in by hand, I just stick it in there. It's got grease on it. I stick it up on that valve until it's in. And if you notice, the grease holds it on there. All right. And it's in the groove. Okay, so the first one is there. All right. Second one, put more grease on the lock. I can go in there. Now you could do this with a screwdriver, with a magnet, whatever. I like using my fingers. It's not too bad. And you stick both of them in there. And sometimes you have to watch the compressor so that you have enough room in there to fit them both. Now this one here, oh, excuse me. Let me drop it a little bit. Okay. You got to finagle them so they're both in the groove. All right, once you got them both in the groove, then you lower the valve down, the valve spring. Okay, so I'll wipe some of the grease off so I can show you what they look like. All right. You got one that's up there, and the other one I got to push up. Push it up and in. Sometimes you gotta give it a good push. Oh, sometimes they slip out. It's fun, Phil. You slip them in there so they're both up and in like that. There you go, perfect. All right, let me show you that, Phil. Took a try or two, but it's in there. So I'm gonna show you right now. If you look, they're both in there. They're both greased, and they're both in there. Okay, they're both on the stem, they're both in the same position, they're in the stem groove, so now I could lower the valve spring compressor and send them home. So let me get that positioned again. All right, so now here's the fun part. You got to hold this and slowly turn it down without letting it spring off. And as you turn it down, they should seat those locks into the retainer taper and lock your valve. So you slowly lower it down, and there you go. And that's what she wrote, Phil. And if you notice, I'll cycle it now. Watch this. Oop. The crankshaft's hitting my bench. Let me lift it up a little bit. See it lift? It's all set. All right. That valve is good. The locks are in. The retainer's on. Everything is good. And basically, that's how you put locks on a Kohler K series. A little bit of grease, a little screwdriver, the valve spring compressor, and you're all set. Phil, I hope this helps you. I really do. So give me a thumbs up, guys. This is for Phil. Take care, everyone. Talk to you soon.